Hello everybody, it's Chibi. Today is going to be an anime review on Haikyuu. So today we have two new characters introduced in this episode of Haikyuu. We have Noya and we have Asahi. Now, at first I thought this episode really was going to be about Noya. I mean, last episode we had a little bit of build up on the Guardian God. He was mentioned that he was going to be amazing with returns and all that. And then we get to this episode, which at first it does start with Noya, the Guardian God. We get to find out about him, how short he is. He's shorter than Hinata. And at the same time, we get to see a little bit of his personality and character. But the main focus of this episode, honestly, if you look at it directly, it was mainly focused on Asahi, the ace of the entire team. So right here, I felt like this episode couldn't have been any better. I mean, there's one thing I've been needing to mention about Haikyuu for a very long time that I've been neglecting to mention, is that the pacing of this series is really, really amazing. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, always a sports anime has, like, slow pacing, but at the same time, it manages to develop characters in that proper amount of time to where it doesn't feel like it's going too slow. It just reminds me of the early days of anime when pacing was slow. So, really, I love Haikyuu for that, because it's going at a decent pace that feels like stuff is going on, but at the same time, not a lot is going on. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say, but still, this episode was good. I mean, we had two characters introduced, and they managed to balance it out, honestly. They managed to balance out two characters introduced and make it flow in a correct direction of an episode. So, really, Noya, I like his character. I really love his personality. He's pretty much Tanaka, but except he's a shorter version, probably a little bit more violent since he did get suspended from the club. And I love how he just gushes when he's been called senpai. That is just freaking hilarious. It is definitely hilarious, and I like getting to see those type of scenes. But the main points of this episode is getting to see the conflict between the team and Asahi, how he pretty much feels like there's a barrier in front of him, like everybody was blocking him where he can't do his spikes into the other side, and so he felt like he had like a immense wall in front of him, and he didn't have the will or determination to want to continue on playing. Hinata tells a similar story saying he knows that feeling, and at the end of this episode you can see Asahi understands now and that he's going to probably give volleyball another chance. So really, this episode was mainly, I guess, like I said, introducing two characters and getting to see, like, teamwork once again just be the main central role of this episode. I mean, one thing I noticed about Haikyuu, actually, is teamwork is the main thing. I mean, they really emphasize on that entire element of this series. I mean, one character may be fucking amazing, like Hinata, but I mean, still, it's not just clearly focused on him. It's focused on every individual character that is using their own skills and roles in the series, and that's something I'm really enjoying about Haikyuu, and something I'm really seeing demonstrated well in the sports genre. But Haikyuu, out of all the stuff I've seen, does the best amount of teamwork I've seen so far in terms of just teamwork in a sports match. So, really, I like the animation this episode. Once again, the animation's awesome, and I cannot get enough over the way they draw the eyes in this series. The eyes on the animation, just, oh my god, they look so amazing. Music is good. So let's talk about the other plot elements that happen in this episode. We get to see that most likely the coach is coming back, but it's going to be the, I think, grandson of the original coach that retired. So that's going to be cool. So next episode, we're going to have a training camp in Golden Week, and we're going to get to see a practice match with another school that is called the Neko, and so that is going to be funny to see. I can't wait to see that, and most likely we're going to get to see a demonstration of the coach going to be coming in on their team. So next week looks like it's going to be probably another episode focused on setup. I'm willing to bet it. It's probably going to set up the coach, trying to demonstrate his character, and then they're probably going to end it on a cliffhanger right before the practice match begins, if I'm just guessing correctly, because the way the pacing of the series is, I think that's the exact way it would want to end an episode, with tension high and the cliffhanger that would make someone want to watch the next episode. So overall, I love Haikyuu so far. It's doing a great job. Love the characters, love the cast, everything is doing great. Looking forward to next week. Tell me your thoughts on this episode. I love you all so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.